Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. So, I'm going to be talking spoiler reviews for episode 5 of The Bad Batch. Sorry, brain fart. This episode was mildly entertaining and didn't really offer much in the way of expanding the lore, rather condensing it. My main question is, why the hell do they have to constantly make the galaxy smaller? And by smaller, I mean all the characters over here have to eventually meet all the characters over here, and all the characters over here meet all the characters over here and over here, as well as these ones, and they all just suddenly know. Everybody fucking knows each other. Why? This is turning into The Mandalorian. So they have to go to see an old Jedi informant named Sid. And apparently people are going to start bitching about Omega being Force sensitive. If they pay attention closely, she could have easily derived this from a frickin' information kiosk, which she was typing on when the Bad Batch were turned away by a female Trandoshan who didn't know any Sid, but also happened to be Sid. So, in order to give the information that they need, they have to go rescue a kid named Muchi. Now, they get captured by Zygerians, because Zygerians have Muchi, and Omega has to assist the Bad Batch in their moment of need. Now people are going to go, oh, she's a Mary Sue, again. And I'm going to say, you're a dumbass, again, because she's not a frickin' Mary Sue. A Mary Sue would not have had any mistakes rescuing the Bad Batch, like getting caught, or tipping over a rock and alerting people to your presence. You see, folks, she's not perfect. Get over it. She might, possibly, maybe be Force sensitive, but there's no definitive proof of it. She is a clone. She is enhanced. She is able to do things. You just got to deal with it. She has screwed up enough that she is definitely not a Mary Sue. And then she unlocks the cage, and lo and behold, I see a Rancor, and I'm like putting two and two together here. I'm like, you can't be serious. The drool on the jowls of that Rancor looks very frickin' familiar. Where have I seen that? Oh, right. Return of the Jedi. This is Jabba's Rancor. And plus the person that Sid was talking to in the hologram just before that Rancor started busting a cap everywhere. Turns out I was right on that. It's like, this is Bib Fortuna. This is Jabba's Rancor. So Muchi happens to be this guy. Muchi. Except that this guy's not named Muchi. This is Jabba's Rancor from Return of the Jedi. Got this a while back. Can't believe it's actually in as good a condition as it is, because, well, it's seen a few years. And you want to know what this wonderful Rancor's name is? Patissa. Yeah, Patissa. So, Patissa, get your butt up here and try not to break anything. But yeah, folks, Patissa is basically the name of Jabba's Rancor, and is another lore violation on behalf of David Filoni, because this thing's name is Muchi. Dave, do you know how to open a book? Do you? Do you? George Lucas did. I cannot understand why everybody fawns over David Filoni. I honestly don't. Because this episode, objectively, was 7 out of 10. Subjectively, it's 5 out of 10. And I'll tell you why. They made Fennec Shand a Mary Sue, saying that her being an up-and-coming, a new bounty hunter, a rookie, but quickly making her way up through the ranks, swiftly making her way up through the ranks as a cunning and ruthless bounty hunter. Why can't she have any struggle? What is wrong with a female character struggling? It's a good question. But Disney will be Disney, and Disney will want to make characters very skilled early on out. I mean, they're doing a decent job with Omega, but it's slowly turning to a different tune. However, Fennec Shand, they Mary Sued her in this episode. And she wasn't even directly in the episode. Just her hollow image. And it's like, oh, you fucking idiots. Wrecker with his head problem. The chip is still giving him problems, apparently. And I like how that is still being reiterated. Not in every episode, but every other, so to speak. And I do like how this is going so far. Decently. I just don't like the story with, like, the Rancor, or Jabba's Rancor. Why does everything have to be so condensed? And everybody has to know everybody, and it doesn't. Expand the universe. Stop condensing it. But you know what? That's Disney. They don't know how to do anything. This is like watching The Mandalorian. All the great characters from around the galaxy suddenly know this one character, and it's like, oh my fucking God. But yeah. You find out that this guy is going to be, or was a little tyke, kind of like this little tyke, but he turns out to be an adolescent, so I don't think the math is right, because Muchi, by this time, I think was already in Jabba's palace. Yeah. I could have sworn there was or you could hear a Rancor roar in one of the parts where there was Jabba's palace in the Clone Wars. I think even in the Clone War movie. But I could be wrong. No, wait, that was a deleted scene. And that Rancor looked more like a rhinoceros head thing than a Rancor. But yeah. This show is bad. The episode had some entertainment to it, but introducing Jabba's Rancor and giving it a different name other than its original intended name, Patissa, is stupid. And it shows that they have no idea what they're doing. Anyway, folks, I am so burnt out. That's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. What do you think of this episode of The Bad Batch if you've seen it? If you haven't, give it a watch. I want Star Wars to be better again. I want to feel reinvigorated. But they're not really doing it for me right now. Anyway, folks, stay tuned for tonight. I got my Die Hard 3 discussion with G-Fan, Caroline, and possibly Chris Knight. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Possibly 10 p.m. depending on what needs to happen. Just set your reminder, and if the time changes, the reminder will change as well. Anyway, folks, this has been Orange Hat Reviews. Stay humble.